Morning, everyone. Welcome back. Um, I was going through the old ICC days, and we had this Dos Hermanos tournament where the qualifiers got to go to Spain. And it was a really tough tournament. Everybody was playing it. In this round, I got paired with the great Luke McShane. You can see his rating 3,091. So he's very serious. At that time, it was 2003. He was in full effect um, and active. For a while they called him the strongest retired player in the world, the non-pro or semi-pro or something, whatever. And I knew he was an English guy. He liked the English opening and he played it in a very traditional way. So here we go. We have c4, knight f6, g3, g6, and we went for a straight king's Indian. Now I learned this system from Roman Ginchahashvili, super deep guy. Basically killed everybody in New York for a long time, including me. Um, I lost a lot of games to him, and I learned a lot. Later on, I was able to win a few online, but he was just incredibly good, and he knew everything. So he showed me this, and D3, against D4, it's more traditional, but Luke likes to go. He has several games where he would go rook b1, and it makes a lot of sense when you see c6 to go for rook b1, b4, b5, and try to break down the diagonal. So he went for that. Queen a5, out of inertia, I just went queen a5, and the idea is to go queen h5, put the bishop on h3, go knight g4, and develop some pieces. You go e5 and then you go f5 and you go f4 and you try to checkmate the guy. But it's not so simple when they play h3. Because now you go queen h5 threatening h3 and he just goes g4 and he says arrivederci and you got to go back home, and then he hits you with bishop d2 and then he starts with rook b1 and you're getting tempoed all over the place. So I had to change my plan. So I said, let me stop him from doing what he wants to do. And we went for d5. We got to switch it up. Take some center now and create some contact. Maybe we take on c4, go bishop e6, rook d8. Queen's a little sensitive. The pawn on c4 can be sensitive because it's a bit lonely if it can't play b3, right? The diagonal opens for your king's bishop. So things are, it's a little double-edged. Who goes here? Knight a6. I don't want to interfere with my development. I really want to play dc. And in lines when they play a3, there can be a hole on b3. You have to be careful not to get forked when you go knight c5. But in some lines, you get to plunk a knight. And, okay. So a3. It's a strong move, obviously. dc, dc. Rook d8. Standard. Queen c1. Maybe he's trying to... I won't change bishops. They can always go bishop h8. These kinds of things. Bishop e6. Follow through with the plan. Queen f4. Okay, he played queen f4. All right. Time to start using your noggin. I think queen f4 is an error. So where are the cookies here? There's some biscuits here. So you'd have to formulate a plan. But as soon as I saw this move, you get a wave, right? Sometimes you get a wave idea where the whole thing comes to you cascading through. It's like a, crashing in. So you identify the weakness. What's the weakness? c4, right? And when you attack the c4 pawn, you're doing two things at once. A, you're pinning the f pawn, and you're attacking c4. That's the first thing. The next thing you notice is that when you play knight h5, if the f pawn is pinned, the queen is sort of tethered to the g3 pawn. So that's a big clue. All right, here it is. Queen c5, threatening the c pawn, threatening knight h5. And then you have to see quite a bit because you know this move is coming. And And now you see the c3 is loose, right? And he had a plan for this. I assume he have a plan. He's 3100, he's Luke McShane, right? Queen c1, knight here, and it looks like I lose. It looks like I lose, right? Because he broke the pin. But the cool thing about this queen on c1 is that there's a Forkovich. We got Forkovich on, so we just have to take the knight on c3. But there's more, right? Because he eats this now. Now what to do? You have to see these things. And the key move before I started this whole fandango was I had to see bishop b2. You have to see bishop d2, b2. Now what? Now when we start trading everything away, now he's gone. He has to leave home, right? And we take this, he eats this, and we have intermezzo check. So that was kind of a long line where now I have clear advantage. And but it's 8 minutes 2 second increments, don't forget. That was a lot of calculation. And unfortunately for me, even though my position is very, very good and most likely winning, we had this. And yes, this is lost. Okay, the dude offered me a draw, and I remember this well because it was an important game. I had 16 seconds. I think I had 16 seconds when this was over. And I took the draw. It must be lost. It must be lost. Number one, when a GM offers you a draw, you should think twice. You just say, wait a minute here. Hold on a second. Something ain't right. And the other thing is, this position sucks. Now, it's 2 second increments. I shouldn't chicken out. I should play on. But, you go c5, and I'll move my bishop away, and I'm going to go after this pawn, and I'll probably win a pawn. But and not only that, a3 is bad, and yes, it's not good. But, hey, in those days, I didn't have a chance to win this tournament. I was out of the running to go to Spain, and I was obsessed with rating when I was younger. So I knew I was picking up like 16 rating points or something for this game, and I was trying to get, over 2,700, and But it was a spicy game, and you get into these wave ideas, where you see a whole thing, a whole idea, right? Not just a little compartmentalized this and that and the other thing. You really have to see the whole big picture, right? The big picture in chess. And I think that's what's missing nowadays. Everybody's playing the blitz and they're going for the bullet. Now we have hyper bullet. You don't have the time to figure everything out. All of the greats, no matter what arena you think of, they all come from the past, right? Rembrandt, Da Vinci, in writing, Shakespeare, poets, Yeats, father medicine, Hippocrates, philosophers, Socrates and Plato, great poets, Langston Hughes. You got to go back in time because people didn't rush back then. So it's hard to have big picture ideas these days. But this was all right. I just wish I didn't chicken out here. But them's the breaks. All right, everyone. Have a great day. I'll be back with some more. I got one game I got to find. My favorite game I ever played was against Vitaly Golod. And that was also from a Dos Hermanos 8-2 thing. But ICC erased their old database. So I have to dig it out of my emails. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful day.